I just want to make it clear, I'm not the legal fiction corporate entity defendant.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
if I give
Sir,
a name.
you're allowed
Objection,
one
that violates
minute.
my due process. Objection, that
not to
violates my right to a
return.
personal bond.
He's
I have a
not
constitutional right, as you just said,
appear
to
at
be
9.
innocent without guilty.
Alright everyone, today we're looking at one of the most outrageously unbelievable sovereign citizen encounters ever caught on camera. This guy is completely convinced of his own fantasy, genuinely thinking that repeating "I do not consent" will somehow erase the law and make the consequences vanish. Spoiler, it absolutely doesn't. Let's jump right in and watch as the judge firmly shuts him down and delivers the brutal reality check he clearly wasn't prepared for.
And then we've got Mr. Martin.
He claims to be an attorney, so here we speak with Mr. Fanto.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, this is 241388, the state of Michigan versus Eric Joseph Martin. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Oh, not the Roman Sesticate Trust, if that's what you're wondering.
Okay. Are you going to tell me your name or not, Mr. Martin?
I just want to make it clear, I'm not the legal fiction corporate entity defendant.
Okay. All right.
If I give
Sir,
a name.
if you require accommodations to use the court because of disabilities, or if you require a foreign language interpreter to help you fully participate in court proceedings, please let the court know immediately. You are here today on count 1, domestic violence. There's an allegation that on June 8th of 2024 in the city of Taylor at 9074 Clippard that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Crystal Nicole Martin, a resident or former resident of your household, contrary to MCL 750.81 parent 2. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Those are the charges against you. You've been brought to court on a misdemeanor charge, and you have the following basic rights: to plead guilty, not guilty, or to stand mute. If you stand mute, a plea of not guilty will be entered, and you may plead no contest with the permission of the court. You have the right to a trial by a jury and to have the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to an attorney appointed at public expense if you are indigent, meaning you cannot afford to pay for an attorney. If the offense requires a minimum jail sentence, this charge does not have a minimum jail sentence. The court determines that it might sentence you to jail, and the appointing authority, which is the court, would decide if you are indigent and appoint counsel if you are eligible. You may have to repay the expense of the appointed attorney, and you may contest your ability to pay the ordered fees if the court attempts to collect any costs for an attorney, and the court must then determine your ability to pay. Mr. Fanto, a court-appointed defense attorney, is present in the courtroom. It's my understanding he attempted to meet with you, and he was advised that you did not want to speak with him. Is that correct?
Because of the unfairness of the laws that would fraudulently assume, if I take a lawyer, that I would be giving up my right to be one of the sovereign people and be fraudulently assumed to be a legal fiction defendant. Yes, I
okay.
So basically, your attorney was trying to tell you to stop acting like an idiot sovereign citizen and grow up, but instead of listening you decided, nah, I've got this, and went ahead and embarrassed yourself on the record. Because when you walk into court as a sovereign citizen, you've pretty much already lost from the start. It's like showing up to a spelling bee and refusing to spell. This guy honestly seems to think that if he just rants long enough the judge will get overwhelmed and say, "Oh no, he used too many big words, case dismissed." But that's not how this works, and it never has been, though maybe he believes if he keeps talking long enough reality will somehow bend in his favor. Let me know what you think. Is he really this clueless, or does he actually buy into his own nonsense?
I have refused that a lawyer.
Mr. Martin, if you have a trial, you have the following rights: to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, and you could get an order signed by the court to require those witnesses to come to court. You have a right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You have a right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent. And if you chose not to be a witness on your own behalf, the prosecuting official could not comment on your refusal to testify. You also have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you plead guilty or no contest and your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind, and you will give up the rights that I just listed to you. You also have the right to be released on bond. If you are now on probation or parole and you enter a plea of guilty or a finding of guilt is made by a judge or a jury, it may result in a violation of your probation or parole. The court can sentence you to jail and fines plus cost. And the court must tell you on the record the name of the offense, the mandatory minimum jail sentence, if any, and the maximum possible penalty for the offense, including jail, fines, and both, which I've already done. Fines, costs, and other financial obligations imposed by the court must be paid at the time of assessment, except when the court allows otherwise for good cause shown. If you are not able to pay due to financial hardship, you can contact the court immediately and request a payment alternative. So those are your constitutional rights going forward, Mr. Martin.
I want to make it clear I have been legally arrested here by barred away, okay, because he just went by her lies saying I kicked her. As soon as he walked through my door, I'm the one that called 911 on Crystal Martin, okay?
All right,
And,
sir, you have a constitutional right to remain silent, and anything you say with respect to this case could potentially be used against you in a court of law. So I would advise you at this time to remain silent with respect to the actual facts or allegations listed in the complaint and misdemeanor complaint, which I've read to you. Sir, are you gainfully employed?
I wish to finish before I answer your questions. I will answer your questions. I want to finish exercising my First Amendment right, freedom of speech, and continue what I was saying.
I seriously want to know what's going through this idiot's brain right now. Like, is there even a single thought in there? The judge literally just told you to be quiet for your own good, and somehow your next move is to blame your sister. This guy really thought, yep, this will get me out of trouble. Spoiler, it won't. In what universe does throwing your own family under the bus make the judge say, oh wow, never mind then, you're free to go? Like, bro, take some responsibility for once. I swear watching this is like watching someone try to put out a fire with gasoline, and the worst part is you can see the confidence on his face, like he really thinks he's winning. Newsflash, buddy, you just burned down the whole kitchen.
Oh, okay, sir, you are to appear in court as directed. I'm not going to argue with you, Mr. Martin. I understand your sovereign citizen argument. It's not the first time I've seen it or heard it. You are under the jurisdiction of this court. This court has jurisdiction under the Michigan Constitution and the laws of the state of Michigan. You are charged with a 93-day misdemeanor, sir. You've been advised of all of your rights. Okay, you have a First Amendment right, certainly, but you are here for an arraignment, not to lecture me on sovereign citizen beliefs, okay? I'm trying to get you through this and make sure you understand the process. You are to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're to have no contact with the complainant, Crystal Martin, in this case. Do you understand me?
Well, I do not understand, and that I do not stand under the charges, the false fraudulent charges, but I do comprehend. But as I was saying, I was illegally arrested in violation of my due process rights. There's not sufficient evidence for my arrest that I did any domestic violence. Bardaway just arrested me anyway. There's no video of me assaulting her. There's no, he did not see it. She just told a lie. I actually filed a PPO on her.
Sir, do you understand that you're not, to have no contact with Crystal Martin?
And then you need to tell her, do not come to my house. She keeps coming to my house so she can set me up with these lies because my sister can't let her over. I have no, I don't want to contact her, but she needs to stop coming over to my house. You know, I'm living with her 36 years.
Miss Maudlin,
let me finish talking. I have the First Amendment right to talk. I have the
Mr. Martin, it's clear to me at this point that you have no respect for the court. I believe that you're a danger. I can't get any information from you as to whether or not you have another place to reside, whether or not you understand the court's no contact provision. I need to know that you understand what I am telling you, because I am attempting to set a bond on your case. And if you want a bond on your case, you've waived your right to an attorney. And I'm trying to figure out, do you have another place to stay? Do you understand what no contact means? And if you're not going to express to me that you have an understanding of what I'm saying, and if we can't get on the same page about that, then I'm inclined to not give you a bond. Do you understand me, Mr. Martin?
I comprehend you, yes.
Okay, do you understand that I said you were to have no contact with Crystal Martin?
Yes, but she needs to stop coming over to my house. I'm not trying to contact her. She's coming over to my house and she can make false allegations like this, set me up so she can have the whole house to herself, her and my sister. This is what the whole agenda is of her with my sister. Lisa Martin tried this before, even though I proved to the court before the video of my sister Lisa Martin trying to set me up with lies and try swinging at me, assaulting me. I have this on video, saying with Crystal Martin here. I have her on video swinging at me and dealing with the prior case she tried to bring me again.
Oh no, poor little Eric, somebody get this clown a tissue before he starts full-on ugly crying. Because you've really got to be pretty messed up for your ex and your own sister to team up just to get you locked up. That's not a coincidence, my guy. That's a full group project where everybody actually did the work, and of course, like every other sovereign citizen out there, he takes zero accountability. It's never their fault, right? It's always some grand conspiracy where the judge, the police, and now even his own family just randomly decided to ruin his life for fun. But bro, maybe, just maybe, you're the problem. Because at this point even his imaginary legal knowledge isn't going to save him.
Okay.
So,
well, I have to evidence that she is aggressive towards me.
Mr. Martin, does Crystal Martin live at the home on Clifford Street?
Yes, she comes over like for a day or two, and my sister lets her come over, and she stays there for a day or two. Yes, and then here and there.
Okay, so your sister owns the home.
No, she doesn't own the home thing. So my understanding is the bank really owns it. It's always been like my parents' house, but I don't even think really my parents own it because they didn't finish paying off the mortgage or whatever. So I think technically it's the bank's house, but me and my brother and sister have been staying there for a long time. Me there for like 32 years. My parents have passed away now, so now it's like a fight with them two. They're trying to take over the whole house by coming with false allegations, by telling cops, oh, he assaulted me all the time. There's no evidence. It's not true. It's a lie. There's insufficient evidence in violation of my due process rights. But Bart away arrested me anyways, and this is just what she wants. So they can have the whole house to themselves. I even filed a case on Crystal Martin.
All right, so you're not to have contact with Crystal Martin. You're not to return to 9074 Clipper in the city of Detroit, or in the city of Taylor, I'm sorry. You're allowed
Objection to violation of my due process. You cannot deny me my right to live at my house because of an unsupported allegation by her, which is a lie at that. Like I said, the cop had no sufficient evidence. She just told a lie, and the guy didn't even bark away, that is, the police officer, just came to me and arrested me right off the bat. That violates my due process rights if sufficient evidence.
Sir, you're allowed one visit to the premises to obtain personal belongings. You must be accompanied by a police officer.
And I want Bart away. Well, hold on, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just gonna finish what I got to say so you don't cut me off. And I want Bart away arrested for his illegal arrest. I want Bart away arrested for illegally arresting me. I want him charged for assault and battery, for illegally arresting me, and kidnapping.
Okay.
Because it was without my consent.
Mr. Martin, if you are not allowed at the 9074 Clifford Street address, where will you be staying?
I am allowed. I don't have nowhere else to live. That's my house. I'm allowed there. You ordered that is illegal. That violates my due process.
All right. He has a $2,000 cash bomb with a GPS tether.
Yes,
and he's not to return.
Personal bond.
He's not to appear at
without guilty.
He cannot come to 9074 Clifford or be in contact with Crystal Martin.
I love how the cop just rolled the camera away like that, like even the equipment was done with this nonsense. But this dude seriously needs a reality check because nothing has worked so far. You'd think getting arrested and roasted by a judge would do it, but nope, he's still out here acting like the laws don't apply to him. And let's be real, sovereign citizens love to scream about their rights, yet courts do not have to entertain nonsense defenses like this. I just know his parents are looking down on him from heaven, cringing watching their son yell at the judge and cry in front of everybody, because this dude is like a grown-up 6-year-old throwing a tantrum. An actual case law like United States versus Phillips confirms this sovereign citizen stuff does not work, but sure, keep embarrassing yourself. I mean, at this point he's just making his life harder and giving everyone secondhand embarrassment. So let me know in the comments how old you think he was acting. I'm going to say about 6 years old, though honestly I've met 6-year-olds with way more common sense than this clown. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe because I post every single day, so stay tuned. And let me know what you thought. Was he completely lost or did he actually believe his own nonsense? Either way, I appreciate you for watching, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.